Okay, look, you're gonna have to explain this to me, Chris. I think you've probably tried to explain it to me before, but I still don't. I don't think you gave me much in the way of details. But I keep getting texts from Nick. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about immediately,
Yes.
don't you? I can't see. This result. I mean, I remember getting a missed call at Ross's, so I phoned him back, and then he just started ranting at me in a high pitched voice about something or other, and then he hung up, which leads me to believe that that's the only reason he called me, and now, either randomly out of the blue, or in the midst of a conversation with him, he'll just send me a text saying steak paste. It's, what? I know it has something to do with Alistair. For those of you who do not know, Alistair is the bagpoose toy that Nick likes to speak through because, we weren't weird enough already, We didn't already have enough problems getting women to like us.
I'm just surprised it's lasted as long as it did. It's still here. Every time I go over, it's just finding something.
You see, the thing is, he because he's doing that now, he stopped speaking to me through the budgie. I mean, he used to speak to me through Casper. Casper's dead now, unfortunately, but he's got the new one, Winston. But he doesn't speak through the budgie anymore. He speaks through Alistair. And the funny thing about the budgie thing was that I would walk into the room and he would be like, "Oh, hey Casper, look who's here," and he'd be like, "Oh no, not that prick again." And he'd be like, "Casper, that's terrible." And the thing is, I knew that he was insulting me through the budgie. It was him, but for some reason I started to hate the budgie. And he's just kind of stopped doing that, and now he's doing it through his two bagpoose toys. One is Alistair, the other is Bagsy. And now, for some reason, I'm joining in by, using that like deliberately awful impression of my mum. Yeah. Hello, Mum. What are you doing here? But right, okay. So
I like that her appearance is always like a conundrum. What are you doing here?
I know, she just kind of pops up out of nowhere. Just go, hello! Yeah, I can see why my dad fell for her with those sultry tones,
Something else. But, I was going to say though, the whole steak paste thing we just came up with, just an idea for him advertising. So, because you could eat the steak, so he just has it mushed up. And then steak paste, you like steak, you like paste, yeah!
Right.
It's like that cheesy peas advert from
yeah. Cheesy peas!
You like cheese? You like peas? I like cheesy
steak paste. It's like cheesy peas, only nowhere near as funny. It's kind of funny, but it's like he just kind of does it out of the blue. Just I'll get a text and I'll think I'll go to my phone thinking oh my God, someone's speaking to me. I'm making contact with human beings, and I think it's someone important, but then I realise it's just Nick, and he's saying steak paste. Like, fuck off, Nick.
Human contact.
So, anyways, this is I believe I once again I can't remember the numbers of these episodes. And what?
Is it 7 maybe?
No, I don't think it's 7 because I was looking at it must be 8 then, because I was looking at I was looking at my external hard drive earlier, and the highest number that I had in the folder for these podcasts was 7. So I'm guessing it's 8. So there you go. There's some logical deduction right there for you. But this is episode 8, I'm assuming, of Chris and Glenn's Journey to Hell. I'm your host, Glenn Smith, and your main host, obviously. And this is my lovely co-host, Christopher Baird. Hello there. Oh God, Mom, what are you doing here? What's going on? Oh Jesus, it's already started. Yeah, so I don't believe we actually came up with another structuring topic for this one, unless you came up with something. And just
I don't know, just stuff.
Just stuff. Yeah.
Stuff.
Just stuff and things. And things.
I don't know. I was thinking like maybe B movies, maybe. Or...
Oh yes, I think you did speak about B movies at one point. Yeah, you were talking about that. Yeah, this is the thing. You could tell me, you could say to me like, "Oh, here's a good topic," and I'll be like, "Yeah, that's a very good topic." But then I will proceed to not do any research on that topic. Like I won't sit and, like you'll say like fantasy films, and I won't then sit and watch a bunch of fantasy films or whatever, and you know, so that I'm ready to discuss the subject or anything. You know, it's I guess it's you know, I guess it's a way of me kind of, you know, it's an exercise for me to think on the fly, you know. But yeah. B movies, yeah, that's a good subject. I've seen B movies. I can talk about them.
Yes.
Yeah. I've seen things.
Planting you when watching with me, I suppose.
Yeah, plenty that we watched together with Nick. Oh, by the way, speaking of Nick, he's he could have been with us today, but he was far too busy blacking up. He was just blacking up, you know.
There's a plan. You're watching that film, The Klansman, right? I mean, it was that.
Yeah, I guess he was. It was one of those sort of angry video game nerd type things where, you know, where James Rolfe, when he does a review of the Dracula NES game or some shit like that, and he shows up dressed as Dracula. You know, I guess for this review he decided like, okay, well let's be thankful that he didn't have a Klansman's outfit. I mean, sorry.
Small mercies, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he has one. I've yet to see the evidence for the non-existence of a Klansman's outfit in his room. But yeah, I just kind of walked in on him blacking up, and I don't know. He just kind of turned around with a shocked expression on his face. You know, it's looking. It kind of looked like. It kind of looked like if I was a truck driver and I was about to run over Al Jolson. That's what it looked like. He just kind of, oh, and you know, I'm like, Nick, what's going on? And he's like, don't look at me! And then he just ran off.
I'm just gonna laugh because it's a truck driver joke. I don't know. I've heard the name Al Jolson. Never get who he is.
Oh, he was. He did a lot. He did a sort of black and white minstrel sort of thing. You know, black and white era. You know, you're far too young to remember.
Chris. Right. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what he's doing. So, yeah. That was certainly worth it. Yeah, before we get on to our structuring topic, you were saying that you had some weird idea, or would you like to save that for later?
Yeah, it's a weird one. And this combines sorry, I'm just trying to get myself together. This combines the two areas that would not necessarily meet before. The area of Saturday morning, Saturday morning cartoons.
Yes.
And true crime.
True crime. Okay. I like the sound of this already, but of course you knew that, Chris. Continue, please.
There was a cartoon I watched at some point. It was just like the endless Hanna-Barbera cartoons they put on like during the week before I go to school. And one of them was Yogi's Treasure Hunt, which Yogi flied around in, for some reason, a flying ark, like Noah's Ark, which was just okay, whatever. With a bunch of I have no idea. I still don't know. With a bunch of other B-list Hanna-Barbera cartoons like Snagglepuss and that dog who has a son, and he says, "Oh, come on, boy!" And then
is it Huckleberry Hound?
What?
Huckleberry Hound.
Well, Huckleberry Hound was there, but it was just like some dog with a son, and he's just like, "This is the best you could do." Whatever.
Was Quick Draw McGraw not there?
Oh, I think he was there. Yeah. busted me. Just all those other ones that you just kind of knew a bit, and then you're just like, oh, that one.
You gotta love that, yeah.
Yeah, and then for some reason, basically it starts off with really, really catchy opening themes like, hey kids, it's Yogi's Treasure Hunt. Fun, 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 fantastic. Anyway, and the show is them getting missions from Top Cat of all people, who, if you've ever seen Top Cat, then he's not very trustworthy. He's kind of a rapscallion. Why is this guy the boss of a treasure operation?
Yeah, he's meant to be Sergeant Bilko, and Sergeant Bilko just wasn't a trustworthy person. You know? Last person I'm going to trust with a treasure hunt.
He is always tricking a member of the fighting law, essentially.
Yeah.
The fighting law. It's Officer Dibble.
Yeah, Officer Dibble.
Fighting. Yeah, it's just like, okay, fair enough. Is this entire series going to end up in a massive scam? But yeah, it's just like him going, oh, you better do this. And then, for some reason, like, Scatman Crothers is singing the theme song while Top Cat is singing, even though they clearly don't have the same voice actor. Anyway.
Okay.
Just like, yeah, they're going around the world searching for treasure while Dick Dastardly and Muttley go, well, we better stop him, so fuck it. Maybe a villain, fuck it. And then hijinks. And then I was thinking, what if we replace all these characters with serial killers?
As you know, it's so, you know what? It's so obvious. I can't believe I didn't think of it.
So basically, you just get all like the well-known serial killers of history.
Okay, so we got Ted Bundy, Charles Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Ted Bundy's like the charismatic lead. He can be Yogi. I'm not gonna think of who's who in the group. I didn't really give a shit about.
Yeah, well, Ted Bundy can be the charismatic leader. Charles Manson can be the second in command who really wants to be the first in command.
That's supposed to be wacky. He like shakes his hair back and forth.
Yeah, standing on the bow, carving symbols into his flesh. You know, and they're like, oh god, Charlie's standing on the bow, carving symbols into his flesh again, singing Beach Boys songs.
Oh god, John Wayne Gacy.
He's the ship entertainment.
He just comes walking in a clown's outfit and a child's head in his hand.
Child's head in his hand.
He goes, hey fellas, what's going on?
Hey there, fellas!
It's like every time he tries to do like, hey fellas, it's just the camera like does jolting movements towards his face.
The camera just zooms in his face. And different coloured lights just flash at him. And when it cuts back to other people, it's just normal.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter who he's talking to. It cuts to him just, and then it cuts to somebody else, and it's just normal. It's like they don't even notice it. So basically, a bunch of serial killers are on a boat.
Yeah. I don't know if they need to be in a boat, but it'll probably be like a part of a prison that is also a boat.
I see. So it's like escape plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just them flying around the world doing what other stuff which I've not thought of yet.
Okay.
Just capturing people. This is like they're on their way to kill everyone. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, of course they are. That's what they do. They're serial killers. I mean, anyone who calls that predictable clearly doesn't know what serial killers are.
And Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Basically,
you know what? That's something as well. I think basically I don't know. Maybe they would they're on their boat. I like the idea that they're on their own boat.
Yeah.
They're not on like a prison boat. They're just on their own boat. The SS. The SS. corpse ejaculate or something.
Stabby, knifey stab.
the SS corpse ejaculate, stabby, knifey stab, acid bath. You know. And like I don't know, they just kind of float. Like their boat just kind of floats to different piers, and for some reason, just about every single time they float up to a pier, there's a bunch of stupid teenagers there who are like, "Whoa, guys, let's go check out this boat!" And then they go on, and whenever they kill somebody, like there's like a Hanna-Barbera sound effect. You know, just Charles Manson straps a girl to a chair, and starts absolutely wailing on her with a knife, and every time it comes into contact with her, it's just bling, bling, bling. Or
you could be the fucking leader. No, I mean the top cat character, whoever the fuck he was in that show. It could be Jim Jones.
Okay, right. So Jim Jones. Jim Jones technically not a serial killer, but yeah.
Top cat technically not trustworthy. I think we just work with this one.
I guess so. So Jim Jones, I guess the entire series will just eventually end with. Well, actually, you know, I think Jim Jones doesn't do much. He just kind of wanders around wearing sort of reflector glasses, offering people drinks, and they're just like, "No, Jim." That's it. He just shows up in a scene occasionally and goes, "Anyone like a nice drink?" And they're just like, "No, thank you, Jim." You know, and he's just like, "Ah," and he walks out, and they're just like, "We've got to get rid of him, man. He's really cramping our style," you know, as they tuck into a recently deceased teenager. Yeah, because they're having dinner at this point. It's
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, you got to have like episodes of the time travel back in time and meet Jack the Ripper and become best friends, and I don't know, other serial killers and stuff like that. That one Russian one that raced people to death.
Okay, no, I know a lot of serial killers. Like personally, I know a lot of serial killers.
Yeah, you've got a look to you.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you if you did, but I knew.
Yeah, but I personally know a lot of serial killers, and I know about a lot of serial killers, and I've never heard of that guy.
Oh, we read the article together, remember? This is a guy who like raced people around.
Raced people around?
Challenged them to a race, and then once they've like been beaten, then he killed them.
Okay, I honestly don't remember that. That's mental.
There's also like the Lobster Boy.
Lobster Boy?
Remember, he's like a mutant. He's like a mutated guy. He had like his hands were in the shape of pincers.
Oh, I think I remember him. Yeah. I mean, how could you not remember him?
How can you not?
Yeah.
That was a scary one, though.
I could imagine, like, you know, if he were to show up at parties, you know, he'd make a name for himself pretty quickly. Mostly Lobster Pincer Man. You know, but people will recognise you.
Yeah. Speaking of which, he should turn up as well, because he's a lobster themed, so he just walks in.
Yeah. Well, you know, seafaring, lobsters, it works.
Yeah.
I'm thinking actually, if you want to be like, I mean, I guess if you want to be famous in some capacity, like, you know, if you're like really ganting for a career in, you know, simple famousness, in the way that, say, Paris Hilton is, or the Kardashians are, whatever. You don't necessarily have to be just pretty and rich, and, you know, heir to some hotel inheritance, or, you know, hotel empire or whatever. You could just severely disfigure yourself.
Yeah. I thought about it sometimes, but, you know, just my love of integrity just managed to pinch its way there, and here I am with no money.
Okay. But,
yeah,
well, maybe you're just not trying hard enough. You're not thinking outside the box enough.
I did not try at all.
Yeah, you didn't try at all, did you?
It's almost like I did nothing
I mean,
at all.
yeah, I mean, look at you. I mean, people can't see this, but I'm looking at you right now, and you're not even missing your nose. You know, and really, I could see an extremely famous and charming, celebrity. If you would only just cut off one of your ears and stick it to your throat. So just sew it there and let the skin fuse. Because that's something that'll get you noticed by the likes of I think whenever I watch Britain's Got Talent or whatever, I always think like, yeah, they were good, but they really could have used they really could have done with removing their jaw and replacing
it. They would fucking sing.
Yeah, just removing their jaw and replacing it with like I don't know, a large spoon. Yeah, because I mean, come on, you're gonna remember that. People are gonna remember you, and you're gonna become famous whether you can sing or dance or not.
Right.
So there you go. Disfigured people. You have it really good. You just don't realise it. God, stop moping around in your rooms. Get out there. Do stuff, for fuck's sake.
Grab life by the balls and show them your disfigured balls. Yeah, that's what I could come up with.
So, yeah, well, I'm not sure how that... I mean, I guess if you had disfigured balls, I guess you could just walk around with, like, a pair of trousers that just have, like, the middle sort of cut out and replaced with cling film or something.
You say, like, talk to the woman and say, don't act like you're not mortifyingly terrified or something. I don't know if that sentence makes sense, but...
Actually, you know what? Was it John Waters that brought up that... I think I remember him saying that there was this idea where people were, like, having their scrotums removed and replaced with some kind of see-through material.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Oh.
Fucking sexy, man. Yeah.
No, it's just replacing it was just taking off the skin so you can see it get made.
Well, yeah, they're removing the scrotums and replacing it with this like sort of see-through material.
Right.
A bit like cling wrap, but I can't imagine you'd want to use cling wrap. The moment you walk past you walk past a coffee table and the corner catches, you're instant vasectomy right there, but so Christ, we've been speaking for a while and I don't even know what we've been talking about.
No, all I can think of is Gacy laughing a bit.
Just imagine it. Just imagine John Wayne Gacy carrying a child's head going, "Hey there!" and the camera just kind of backing up and like zooming in on him like quickly.
Then Ed Gein turns up and goes, "Knucklehead," and then knocks him in.
Yeah, they're just kind of a double act. They're like the three. Well, they're like actually, yeah. Ed Gein, John Wayne Gacy, and who else? Harold Shipman. Like he's the serious one of the bunch. Like Dr. Harold Shipman is the serious one of the bunch. But they're all they all kind of like they're the ones that they all try to get through the door at once and then they just end up getting stuck. So yeah, that's our.
Sorry? Who would the baddies be then? I mean, it's gotta be someone who's against you.
I don't know. We'll get I guess we could we could probably get like fictional like detectives like Clarice Starling and Will Graham and whatever. Fucking Red Metcalf from Messiah or something. Though in order to get their attention, in order to get Red Metcalf's attention, they'd all have to kill people in massively intricate ways that involve religious lore. Because that's how serial killers work. I like Messiah, but it's ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, so like our structuring topic was meant to be B movies, and we've kind of come up with our own little B movie there, just serial killers on a boat. You know, no real plot ideas, just that. There we go. Yeah,
I'm waiting for the inevitable title card of this episode.
I'm not even sure. I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah. In terms of B movies, I mean, I can't remember what was the last one that you guys watched. I mean, assuming we're talking about like sort of 50s black and white kind of stuff, or just B
I know
in
the
general.
last B movie we saw.
Technically speaking, everything we watch is a B movie. Just about everything.
Pretty much. Well,
Yeah. Pulgasari, yeah, it's definitely a B movie in a sense. A lot of the stuff we watch is like Z grade.
Yeah. Oh god, what we watched though? There's so many. It's like I don't know, trying to like analyze an entire pile of gold, or Scrooge McDuck's gold pile just by starting with 1 penny. There's so many.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish that I got to watch Beach Girls and the Monster with you guys, because that looked like a laugh.
Mildly, it was kind of boring for the most part, but it was kind of comfortably boring.
Yeah,
slept through it. Slept through the boring parts, and then you just have these parts sort of singing on the beach with a lion head for some reason.
Yeah, that's you see that's the parts that attract me to it, and but of course, once again, you could say, and Nick will show you all the best bits in the review, but then you go ahead and watch it, and it's like, oh no, it's dull as all hell. I mean, the giant leeches was dull.
Yes, it was.
And, I mean, it's called the giant leeches. Dull is the last thing I'm expecting here.
Amazing. They'd actually, God, Hollywood, just remake all these crap movies from the...
Yeah, instead of remaking good classic films, remake a lot of these shitey 50s B movies and see what happens. I don't mind them ruining, air quotes, the Screaming Skull or Giant Leeches or anything like that. I mean, I would probably have a bit of a trouble if they tried going after Attack of the Crab Monsters, because to an extent I like Attack of the Crab Monsters.
They probably just make it really serious by not having them talk through metal. It's just they wouldn't get all the ridiculous parts of it, and no, it would just be I don't know, just crab monster.
but it would actually be like big CGI crab monsters,
which honestly I would pay to see anyway.
I guess so, because I mean, I guess if you're going to see that, the fact that there's CGI isn't going to be of much consequence, because we knew it was going to be shit anyway. We knew this was going to be Z-grade Sci-Fi Channel shit, so might as well have a laugh. Who cares if it's prosthetics or not in that sense. But oh god, actually, speaking of prosthetics, as you know, I've actually been watching The Strain.
Oh yeah.
Yes, indeed. Of course, this is a subject that interests you greatly, doesn't it, Chris? Because it involves one of your heroes, the man himself, Chuck Hogan. Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Though Chuck Hogan, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that guy's great and all. I mean, his name's Chuck Hogan. That's
a bit like he just goes out to the forest, bare naked, and cuts down trees with his cock.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. He just kind of he wrestles a wolf every night before bed.
He beckons it towards. He's come here, you, and then the wolf just kind of like meekly just tramples towards him, and then and then he goes, you get out of here, don't worry.
Yeah, he's actually his. I mean, when he's not writing, novels with famous Mexican Mexican directors, he's he's just kind of slapping bears for a living.
For a living.
Yeah, for a living. People pay him to slap bears and keep the fuckers in check. See, before Chuck Hogan was around, he's a
protector of a small village on near the border between Mexico and America, where bears just wander towards the village, and he just turns up.
Yeah. Well, actually, his effect is much more widespread than that, Chris. I think you give him too little credit.
Yeah.
He's the thing is, before Chuck.
He just seems more of a local, personal person.
Well, before Chuck Hogan was around, dude, and you probably aren't old enough to remember this, but I am by like 30 years, clearly. Don't let this cherub face fool you. I've seen some shit.
I know you've seen some shit, but cherub face?
Yes, but do not let this fresh-faced appearance put you off and not and let you think that I don't have some experience, because before Chuck Hogan was around, the place was absolutely lousy with bears everywhere. Just like down the street, everywhere. Not just America, Scotland, England, Luxembourg. I just pulled that country out of my arse, but there was bears there. Monaco, yeah, they were there. In fact, I went to Monaco. There was more bears there than anywhere else. So then, Chuck Hogan was born through a blinding light in the sky, and he just kind of yelled at them, and they all vanished underground. Well, most of them did. Some of them were stupid enough to stay above ground. But Chuck Hogan's fine with them as long as they don't come near us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why no one has ever been killed by a bear in that time.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Sounds like it.
But yeah, anyways. Yes, it involves your hero, or one of your heroes, Guillermo del Toro, the man himself. And I've watched about 4 episodes of it so far. And I've also read the first volume of the comic version. I've pretty much seen most of the material. I've started on all of the strain material other than the novel, which is the original source, which was a bad idea to begin with, to be honest. But yeah, I thought I read the first volume of the comic. The comics got issues. I'd say. You see, this is.
That's a good pun.
Oh right. Oh, that was the comics got issues. Yeah, plenty of them, and I totally intended that pun completely. Oh, Chris, you're so much smarter than me. Anyways, I read the comic. The comic. See, this is an example of how difficult to please I am sometimes, and you know this well, Chris. I mean, you're able to please me on a regular basis, but you know I'm difficult to please.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't please me if you weren't as skilled as you are.
Then again, I'm not writing.
I suppose not, no. But the thing is, I thought the comic I think the comic's a tad too quick. Unlike
me.
It relies way too much on mass amounts of expository dialogue in places, and you just end up kind of, God, this is moving at like the fucking clappers, There's not an awful lot in the way of build-up going on here. And and once again, this is why, this just shows you how difficult I am to please. I watched first 4 episodes of the show. First episode's okay. It's decent. It kept me interested. But it slows to a crawl. It really does. So basically the TV show's too slow and the comic's too fast. Everybody come along and start yelling at me about how I just don't like anything. But, well, you know, I mean, I was telling you about it the other night, and you know, it seems to have it has some stuff in it that you know I dislike.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, like, I mean, I like the idea of it. I like the idea of like taking this sort of viral thriller, forensic sort of, you know, it's sort of, you know, one of these kinds of shows, like, you know, sort of a CSI type thing where you've got people investigating the way this virus works and things like that, and you know, taking that and combining it with sort of classic vampire mythology. You know, that I like that idea. It's cool, and I'm sure the novels are cool. You know, I've yet to read them. I'm probably gonna.
I've heard the novel has audiobook by Ron Perlman.
Oh yes, I am definitely listening to that.
I'm definitely too.
Fuck reading. I'm being read to by Ron Perlman. I like the sound of this. I'm gonna have to. I think there's like 3 books, isn't there?
I think, yeah. Yeah, it's a strange trilogy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that up. Ron Perlman is doing it because, you know, Ron Perlman is just fucking amazing. I mean, you told me about that time. I think he went to. Didn't he dress as Hellboy to go see a dying kid in hospital?
Yeah, it's like a kid said, like, I want to see Hellboy. Then he just like kind of walked up and went, oh, okay, you want to see me? Then like his agent that goes, no, he does not want to see you. He wants to see Hellboy. Then so it's like, all right, fair enough. Going through the arduous process of getting to the suit and all that, and he just turned up and just did a bunch of photos with the kid.
That's just amazing.
That was the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah. Which you know, which still hasn't picked up my vigilante children idea.
That's right.
Yeah, still haven't. I've called them. You know, I sent them emails. I even drew up some, you know, designs for the outfits. You know, it's, you know, I've put a lot of work into this. The least they could do is, you know, call me back. You know, give me a bit of feedback on this. Come on, guys. It's about the children. You know, would Ron Perlman, you know, be proud of you right now? Make-A-Wish Foundation. Would he?
He's a person you want to make proud of.
Yeah, he is.
He's a proud man.
He is indeed. But yeah, I can't remember what we're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read those. But yeah, like I say, I like the idea. You know, I think the idea could be done very well. And I also like David Bradley, who is Argus Filch in Harry Potter. I like him. He's a sort of, he plays this Jewish Holocaust denier who not Holocaust denier.
Jesus.
Holocaust denier. I've been watching. This is the thing. I watch all sorts of weird debates on YouTube, and so things like creationist, Holocaust denier, and things like that pop up a lot. So that's probably what it was. You know, what I meant to say, not, you know, so you know, what I meant to say was Holocaust survivor.
Very good.
Because if you're a Jewish Holocaust denier, you're a prick. You are like one of the biggest pricks.
You don't need a forensic scientist for that.
Yeah, you don't need a forensic scientist to tell you that. You know. But, anyways, he plays this Jewish Holocaust survivor, had to say that very slowly, who is also a vampire hunter. Well, sort of a vampire. Yeah, he's a vampire hunter. And one of the vampires, at least in the show, I don't know if this is true in the comic or the in the novels thus far anyway with the comic, but one of the vampires that's involved with bringing, you know, the master over to, you know, America to you know, spread his horrible vampire jizz everywhere. Because it's pretty much what he's doing. Well, he's technically shitting everywhere, but we'll get to that in a bit. He one of those guys who's planning to get the Master into America and succeeds is actually a Nazi who used to basically torture David Bradley in I think it was it the Treblinka death camp. They don't say that in the show, but I think in the at least in the comic when they did a flashback, it was, I think it was the Treblinka death camp. But where, you know, those of you who have knowledge about, you know, places where people went to die, you know, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, and also you know, seek psychiatric help. But yeah, basically, Nick, seek psychiatric help. Anyways, and stop blacking up. You're a terrible person. So basically, like, there's actually a really cool bit in one of the episodes where David Bradley is in jail and he's speaking to the Nazi vampire guy from the other side of like a screen, you know, using those phones, and they have a quite a cool conversation. And like I say, I really like David Bradley. His character's pretty awesome. He walks around with a fucking sword and a cane, and he has he has a living heart in a jar that he feeds blood to. It's cool as hell.
Nice.
You know, and you know, like some of the, like, the horror elements I quite like the, you know, I quite like the whole bit with the guy who goes home to his family, and he's slowly turning into a vampire, so he ends up chaining himself up in the shed, and his wife feeds a neighbour to him. You know, I thought, you know, that storyline's quite cool, and I like the design of the Master. He's just basically this huge clawed thing with wearing like a massive robe.
Yeah.
You know, and it's you know, a lot of those bits are really cool, but then we have to get into certain other things, and one of the things I dislike, and I dislike in a lot of things, is the main character is this cliched dad who is split up with his wife, and is in a midst of a custody battle with said wife over his child because he's not around enough.
Yep.
He's not around enough. He's a member of the CDC, you fucking selfish cow.
You gotta love you gotta love something that has to have connections to Die Hard 5, right? It's not a custody battle, but you know, just you weren't around.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's that old thing where it's, you weren't around enough, and all that. And I mean, I guess maybe it's partly my own lack of sympathy for that, or lack of empathy for that, you know, because, you know, personally, I pray for the times when my dad leaves the house, you know, just so that I don't have to continually duck bottles flying at me. That is a joke, okay? That is a joke. I want to clarify that is a joke, all right? But yeah, it wasn't very funny going, yeah, I know, but I guess it is partly due to my own lack of empathy with that. But apart from anything else, it's just so overused. You know, it's
just very stock. Just okay. Here's how we get drama. Okay, custody battle, done.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's in any way part of the story. I mean, I'm certain. Oh, I don't know. Maybe later on in the series, like, his kid gets the virus by being shat on by a vampire, and there's where it connects. I'll explain that. Basically, the idea is that I think you see, when people turn into vampires, their entire physiology changes, and one of the things that happens is their cocks fall off, and their arseholes turn into a cloaca, where basically, like, you know, a cloaca is essentially like, you know, you kind of all of the waste comes out of there. It's not like you like a bit where you expel urine and a bit where you expel shit. It's just that one hole.
Oh.
I think in fact I think that's what fish have or birds. I don't know.
Yeah, birds.
I think birds have it. Yeah. So yeah, they don't. They're not. Yeah. So basically, vampires in this universe have that. They have a cloaca and they kind of expel this awful white globular stuff. There is actually a bit where they're doing an autopsy on one of these things, and some of it does actually spurt out. It's like, you know, it's not really played for laughs, but
Splank.
Splurgla. There you go. But yeah, that's the idea of it. Like people change physiologically, as it were. Like they change, and they have these like huge fucking like tongue things that shoot out and drain people of their blood, and it's kind of cool and everything. But then we also have this character who's this stock Latino like sort of criminal type guy. He's just gotten out of prison, and he loves his mom, and he's and he's just kind of going about like nicking cars and selling them at chop shops and things like that, and he's only really relevant so far in the first episode where he pretty much like he transports the master's body in like the coffin out of the airport. So he does that, and then after that he kind of runs off, having been paid for his thing, and they occasionally will cut back to him just doing stuff, and it's like, why are you still here? I mean, at least in the comics so far, like they brought him back into it by after he'd done the whole thing with the van, like this vampire thing appeared in public and he ended up having a bit of a scuffle with it, and then ended up being arrested and put in lockup with the Satrakian character. That's what David Bradley's character's name is. That's Satrakian.
Okay.
So he ends up in prison with that guy. So it's like, all right, okay, he's been brought back into it. Fair enough. But I don't know. It just kind of it's slow to a crawl, and I'm kind of having trouble getting into it. I mean, hopefully it picks up. I do kind of like the sort of loose cannon renegade pest control man. I don't know, that's just the way he seems to be. He seems like some kind of sort of suave, but like outside of the box, doesn't go by the book sort of police officer. But he's not. But he's not a police officer. He's a pest control man. He just seems that way. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe other people were watching this and I don't get that at all, but that's just how he comes across to me. Because like there's a bit where he goes like to the agency that he works for, and he seems to have a kind of a flirty relationship with one of the female sort of secretary sort of people there, and like the guy who runs the place just kind of he's like, you got a job up in blah blah blah, and he's just like, God, this ain't my kind of, this ain't my kind of job, chief. And it's like, you'll go where you're told to go, McCluskey. And that's not his name, but I just, it's because you were saying McCluskey. Damn it, McCluskey. It's like, once the press gets a hold of this, then they're gonna have a field day, McCluskey.
Hey, you come tell me rats are crawling on your underwear, chief.
Oh God, yeah. There we go. That's what we ought to do. Just have a loose cannon cop thing,
Oh
Oh Jesus! But yeah, I think the way that they're going to be drawing him into the actual storyline, and like some of the earlier stuff of him, like just doesn't really have anything to do with anything. But I think what's going to happen is like he's noticed that like all these rats seem to be running away, because that's something that happens when when there's vampires or zombies around or whatever. The rats run away. So I think in the next episode he's gonna like go down in the sewers and find something out about why the rats are running, and yeah, I don't know. It's not really pulling me in anymore. So yeah, so there you go. But I'm gonna keep watching it.
Just do it in breaks.
Yeah, I'm actually busy. I'm actually watching Babylon at the moment. I've watched the first episode of Babylon, that the comedy, like the cop comedy drama written by the people who brought us Peep Show and Fresh Meat. The first episode is really good. I would recommend that. Bit hard to follow, I'd have to say though. But that's about it. Very profane. I like just some of the stuff that they come out with. Yeah, so there you go. That was my little rant about The Strain so far. We've talked very little about B movies.
No, we didn't.
Oh god, but yeah. What have you been looking at actually, Chris? Because you haven't been saying a lot.
Yeah, I was waiting actually. I read recently V for Vendetta.
Yes, I believe you did tell me this. Okay.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed it.
You really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it.
Have you seen the film actually?
No.
No, you haven't. I think I've
seen the start of it. I've seen the start, like when the cool opening, but
yeah, I think I've discussed V for Vendetta on the show.
Yeah.
Before. I mean, would you agree with me that like the comic? I mean, I get that the film shouldn't necessarily be exactly like the comic. Otherwise, you're just watching what you just read.
Yeah.
Why do that? Apart from anything else, certain things work in comics, and they wouldn't work on screen, and vice versa. But would you agree with me that there's a lot of cool ideas in that comic that they just didn't bother using?
I remember the one you talked about, and then when I read it, I was like, that's what you're talking about. The doll, the guy obsessed with dolls.
Oh yeah, the dolls. Aye. Oh, that was cool.
There's just none of that in the movie, then I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's none of that in the film. The film is very much it's much more. I think it's much more in line with how the Wachowskis feel about the Bush administration at the time than it is about Britain, because like V for Vendetta I think was basically all about how Alan Moore thought the country was going.
Yeah.
He basically just didn't want to be in the country anymore. From what I remember reading something of it, like him talking about it.
Yeah, it's at the start of the movie. He's talking about it. I don't like how you're going England. I want out now, and something like that. Yeah,
it's right there, but I can't be arsed trying to dig it out underneath all that stuff. But yeah, it's a really interesting little sort of forward, and it's also combining that with this superhero sort of idea that he had a long time ago called the Doll, who kind of fights this totalitarian regime.
Yeah.
And everything, and you know what? V for Vendetta. It's a prize of my collection, really.
Yeah. I've actually got a proper copy for myself because I just rented it from the library. Because I think people were buying stuff. I'm trying to take a break from buying comic books for buying.
It's an expensive addiction.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, I'm just it's so good. I love it. It's one of my faves now, I think.
Yeah. It's great. It's really great because it's. I mean, what you're saying.
I'm so happy that they didn't. Well, spoiler. They didn't reveal who V was at the end.
Yeah, they.
I'm so glad they didn't.
Well, they kind of tell you who V is.
They allude to it, but
they allude to his backstory. They
Yeah.
just don't let you know specifics about who he is. And it's the same in the movie, actually. They don't really show you any specifics about who he is. The movie's not bad. It's just when you watch it, you can feel that it's like, okay, this is clearly not about Britain. This is about America.
Yeah.
And also it's also the fact that they have to try and cram so much information in a space of 2 hours, to the point where they have to have this entire expository sort of sequence where this detective goes to meet with who he doesn't realize it's V, but it's actually V, like wearing like some kind of latex disguise, like this latex face, and carrying a walking stick and wearing a weird hat and everything, and it's clear it's him, but the whole point, I think they were going on about this whole I can't even remember if this happened in the comic, like the idea that the government caused several sort of terrorist incidents to occur.
I don't recall. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just read it and I don't.
I don't think it was in the comic, but that was. I think that was actual. Sorry.
I mean, the movie didn't do the whole thing like Fate, like with computer Fate.
Oh no, they didn't do the voice of Fate.
No.
No, they didn't have the voice of Fate. No. You see, once again, it was a really cool idea. Why wouldn't you use the voice of Fate? That's cool. I mean, okay, on the one hand, I can respect the Wachowskis for going in a different direction, but at the same time, come on, play to the strength of the material. You know? But yeah, the whole like idea of the government causing terrorist incidents, it was obviously a 9/11 conspiracy thing. You know?
Okay.
It was more in reference to that than anything to do with Britain. You know? And once again, I get why they would want to do that, but I don't know. I just once again, it's the same with everything. You know, movies nowhere near as good. That's it. You know, but yeah. But yeah, you liked it though.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Like the Skype connection's starting to muffle a bit.
I know.
Tell you what, I'm gonna I'm going to stop recording, and then I'm going to hang up here, and then I'll try calling you again, and hopefully the connection will clear up a bit. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. And we can give our voices a bit of a break.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so moving on from V for Vendetta though, you were I believe you were talking about a comic called Robo Hunter.
Yes, Robo Hunter. I'm not sure if this is in the same universe as Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
It's a 2000 AD comic. There's only like 2 big volumes of it out, and it's not bad from what I've read of it. It's funny. I've actually come up with an idea for like my own story in the future, and you and me are actually hopefully going to work on sometime.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just kind of reading it going, oh god, this is so much like I want to do to a certain degree at least.
To a certain degree, but it's like the premise, from what I can gather, is that the guy's not a robot himself. He hunts robots. He's basically like a pulp sci-fi Blade Runner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, from what I can see anyway.
Yeah, and it's just a really bizarre. It's just typical of what I imagine 2080 is like most of the time. It's just really bizarre. It just doesn't give a fuck about how silly it looks at times.
Yeah.
So that's like, he has to get like sent to Burdis, I believe, some planet where like robots have been taking over the human population there.
Alright.
And they had to go like fast in the speed of light to get there, but it aged them like 30 years backwards. And Sam Slade, the main character, like goes back 30 years, and he looks pretty young. But then like the pilot that's been doing him basically turned into a baby, and he still talks the way he still does, and like he lunks around a spanner and beats the shit out of people, and yeah.
It sounds like a very impractical mode of transport, or a way of transporting people.
Well, yeah,
but I guess that's the joke, yeah.
You're tricked into it, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
it just has like lots of fun robot characters. There's like one called Smoking Joe, who's like a really nice. Oh, diddly diddly do. Oh. He's always like malfunctioning and it's amusing.
See, I like the fact that you're clearly making up this voice in your head.
Yeah.
Unless you've got an audiobook reading out the comic panels.
Well, it's probably like what I said. He's just a really.
Or a motion comic. Or a motion comic. But,
yeah. But just a lot of fun stuff, really, and I could see how my idea would honestly differ from it in a certain way, actually. But there you go.
The thing, you're going to have to bring that around when you come around here next. But I think I actually got back to reading Devil and Waff again recently.
Oh, yes.
I still haven't finished the second volume, which unfortunately is the last volume. And now there's the story that I'm going through right now is, or the story arc that I'm going through right now is, I would say it's a little bit overlong, and isn't as humorous as the very first story was, which was Swimming in Blood. Swimming in Blood was really fun because it was basically just, Devil and Waff fighting vampires in an undersea prison. Whereas this other one is it's this weird. I mean, it's still got the same weird shit in it, but it's not as good. I still like the way it's written and everything, but it's not as fun as the other one was, which is why I took a break from reading it. It's quite long, but
I read up two other ones. One was called DR and Quench, which was written by Alan Moore, our favourite Sexican. It's in our mind. I read a little bit of it. It seems okay. You wouldn't know it was him writing it, because I think it was one of his first ones, I think. Other than his Future Shock series, which I think is his first. Which he started, I think, I don't know. Just like a pair of like alien delinquents just riding around getting into mischief. And honestly, the main drawing point of that was the artwork, which looked really cool.
It wasn't Ian Gibson, was it?
No, Alan Davis. Ian Gibson does Robo Hunter.
Yeah, he does Robo Hunter. I know. He's the guy that he did Ballad of Halo Jones, which is another 2000 AD comic by Alan Moore that I've got sitting down there and I have yet to read.
I want to read that so much.
Well, there you go. You can bring Robo Hunter out here. I can read Robo Hunter, and you can read Ballad of Halo Jones.
Nice. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'll try. In that case, I'll try to read it by then.
Yeah. I'll try to read the rest of mine as well then.
Right.
The other one I read and didn't really finish because I don't think I could get through it because I didn't understand what the word was going on in it. A one called Nemesis the Warlock, which is a really fucking weird comic series.
I think you were saying that it's utter nonsense. Basically.
Oh, it's utter nonsense. I'm fine with it being nonsense. I just wish it was nonsense I can understand because there's so much terminology in it. It just at the point I'm just like, what are you saying?
Yeah, it's one of those things.
You're just inventing new words every second.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things where like the writer knows what those words mean and what these cultural references and whatever are, but the reader doesn't.
No, it's just like the artwork. A lot of these 2000 AD ones, I seem to like the artwork the best because it's the guy who draws the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen who does the artwork, and I really love that style.
God, it's Kevin O'Neill, isn't it?
I love this.
I see. I would be able to look over at my League of Extraordinary Gentlemen comics, but they're not there right now because I had to because I loaned them to a friend of mine.
Yeah.
She's currently got no TV or Wi-Fi, so I just gave her a bunch of my comics. Because she was just sitting alone just sitting by herself, staring into space, doing nothing. So I was just like, all right, look, I'll just give you a bunch of these comics.
Nice. But yeah, it's just like his artwork's cool though, and the designs of like all the characters look neat because like Nemesis the Warlock is kind of like a bizarre. He's like a vigilante wearing like a full suit of armor with like almost like an arrow coming out of his face. It just makes no sense, but I like it because of that. And he's like being chased across space by Toro, I think. I think the name's from an actual Spanish 15th century inquisitor. But this one, he's like an inquisitor shooting through space, also in our stupidly impractical armor, like a giant pointed head helmet, going, "I will have you, Nemesis!" I'd like to see just if it was just translated in a language I could understand. I could have.
Yeah.
There was going to be like a short. There was going to be either like a TV series or a movie, like stop motion, of Nemesis the Warlock, and it looked cool. And there's like screenshots and it was like, oh my god, I want to see that. Maybe I don't know what's going on, but
you know what? Actually, have you gotten up to date at all on the progress of the Goon movie?
No, I have not. I've not at all. I'm not sure if there's been much news on it. Though I'm sure Eric Powell's been saying stuff about it.
Yeah, I think the last thing that I saw of Eric Powell's, you see, this is the thing. I liked his page on Facebook, and yet I've never read the Goon. Because every time I go to look for the Goon, like I'll find comics for it, but I'll never find volume fucking 1. Mm-hmm. But the last thing that I saw of his on Facebook was he likes to do these little comics, obviously.
Yeah.
I think one of the first things I saw was like Eric Powell's versions of like kids movies, like E.T. and whatever, or family films.
Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon, yeah.
And the Mary Poppins.
And I love the last one. Like, basically, what he does is he'll take like Pete's Dragon, for example, and he'll turn the dragon into Pete is Pete the same way as he is, but the dragon is this huge eldritch horror. Like hidden in the shadows with piercing eyes, that pierce through the dark. Yeah, and he'll do he just kind of makes these really like dark versions of family movies, suggesting that E.T. was gonna get tortured, in what's his face's tool shed and whatever.
Yeah,
but the last one was the best one. Well, I don't know if it was the best one, but it was one of the most memorable ones. He basically just drew an image of Willy Wonka's face in that fucking freaked up tunnel sequence in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and just put a caption in it saying, "I wouldn't change a damn thing." Which is great. But one of the last things I saw him do is he did this little short comic which was meant to take the piss out of gay-hating Republican Christians. Say like that. It was basically a couple of stereotypical gay guys are in a restaurant and they start. They get served a sandwich and they're like, "Oh my god, I want to fuck on that sandwich." And they just start fucking. Just why can't you throw them out of here? And it's like, I'm sorry, if only the law gave us the ability to discriminate against homosexuals. And then it's just oppose gay rights because gays will fuck on the sandwiches. It's nowhere near as funny as how I'm describing it. So just go look at Eric Powell's page and find that. It's funny, yeah. I am looking forward to eventually finding the first volume of the Goon.
I should give it to you for your birthday.
Yeah, that's what you should do. Fucking give me something for a birthday. Fucking just give me stuff. Do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening now. You know what? To be honest, I'm thinking we'll probably have to give this. We'll have to bring this to a close anyway.
Yeah.
So that was that. I believe what was it, episode 8? I can't remember. Yeah, it was episode 8. Yeah, that was episode 8. I hope you enjoyed your fucking selves, you fucking ungrateful sods. Those of you who didn't enjoy it anyway. The rest of you, well, you're just sods. You know, but thanks for enjoying it. And yeah, you can tell I'm tired.
Oh, really?
I am tired. I'm just trying. I'm just. Apart from anything else, my throat is sore. Oh God. Maybe I should stop talking so loud. Maybe we should stop talking so much. How about that, Glenn? Who said that? Yeah. Anyways. Mom, what are you doing here? What's going on here? Steak paste, Alistair. How did you get into my room?
Steak paste.
No, don't shut up. Oh,
Gosh, now imagine you just being tortured by the giant face of your mother, not the bank whose face of the other. Help me!
There's an idea for another comic series.
I'm trapped in the madness.
Yeah, I'm trapped in a room, being tormented by my mum's face with a voice that is not her own, and a bag puss toy with a high-pitched voice, and I'm just kind of going, help me, get me out. That's every episode.
And of course, wearing little,
or every issue.
Wearing little, well, it's not a wooden hat, but it was just cardboard hat. That's it.
Yeah, that Nick likes to put. Yeah, isn't it like a? Isn't it like a cup holder, like, you know, so you don't,
like
but like for like coffee, so you don't like burn your hand when you're carrying it, you know. I think that's what it is. He's just gotten one of those things and stuck it on Alistair's head, and that's his hat. This is the thing, you know, and we should just sit, you know, this podcast, you know, we should just sit and describe things that Nick does.
You'd fill a few podcasts.
Oh yeah, it would fill up quite a few. You know, just some of the things, like, you know, just the amount of shit that he blows up. You know, the fact that he gets us to partake in sketches where he fights rakes. Which is great, yeah, I'm not denying that.
Hey, you, leave my friends alone.
he's just behind he's standing behind that bush. So he's oh shit.
Undercut.
Yeah.
Just seeing Nick play the role of like the defiant hero. It's just
it doesn't work, but it works in the context.
And it works because it is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? He tells me the Escape from New York one is, and it might even be out by the time this goes out. But he tells me the Escape from New York one, like the opening for that, is great. And I can't remember what that is.
Yeah, it has like a little robot, like say it was the rice cooker, but it was just close up on the thing to make it look like a robot face. It would just hit going crazy. Then you're under a cover. Like, and then we just like, oh, okay, Glantron, now you tell us what to do. Now you do something.
Okay,
like,
right. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait and see this because I honestly can't remember this. This is how long ago this will have been. I like how the podcast is just kept going. Like the sorry.
Your hair was short then.
I have what?
Yeah, you had short hair.
I had shorter hair at that point. Yeah, well, exactly. The you know, it just like he will film something, and it doesn't get put out for ages because Nick is too busy editing earlier episodes and putting them out. So, which is why you put on a sometimes you'll go onto his channel in the middle of fucking July or something, play a video and it's a fucking Christmas episode. He doesn't even try to line up the dates or anything. He doesn't even think he doesn't seem to think that he should change his schedule. Based on I would like if I had a Halloween episode that was made directly after something else that wasn't holiday based or anything like that. I would keep that aside and then just skip to the next one after that, and then when Halloween came along, I'd put up the Halloween episode. That means every episode is still a year out of date, but that was what was happening to begin with. So, Christ, it's getting to the point where even the fast forward episodes, which just require him to edit in a trailer for the film that we're watching, and maybe a little the end title card, are becoming extremely out of date.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of your Pet Sound 31.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say I like that one. I like it when we're talking about like the horror stuff. Like I'm looking forward to seeing our review of the Children of the Corn 666, because that was fucking, what the hell was that?
Well, which one's that again? The last we saw? Yeah,
it was the last one we saw, remember? It was the one where fucking Isaac from the first film returns.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Fucking John Franklin, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
He's the best thing about the original film, but... it's... Oh, God. It's a terrible film. I was doing that throughout it, just yawning.
I was like, oh, sorry, Glenn.
You know what I did? You know what I actually did at the shop today as well? I at one point, Amy, the girl I work with, Amy was talking whilst she was yawning, and then Jodie, who's actually the woman that I've given the comics to, Jodie starts answering what she said, but she's yawning as well. So then I started speaking like I was yawning because I felt left out.
Oh.
There's a reason you're left out of everything, Glenn. Who said that? It was me! Mom! What?
It was me. Bagsy.
Bloody Bagsy. God, they're fucking seeping their way into our podcast now. Nick's not even here. Oh Jesus! Don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah. But...
What it is though is indistinguishable.
Oh God.
Anything.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh yeah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Escape from New York one. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Death Train one.
Oh, me too.
No, yeah, Death Train. Yeah, it's the Death Train. I'm really looking forward to seeing that sketch. That is going to be such a laugh. But yeah, I won't spoil too much about that one because I remember doing that one. I don't remember this Escape from New York one at all. But I don't know. I must have been on drugs or something. But you tell me my hair was shorter. The only way I would cut my hair shorter is if I was on drugs. I mean, who would get rid of this flowing mane?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Anyways, I like the fact that we've just kept this podcast going, even though I was going to fucking wrap it up earlier. Yeah. Anyways, my fucking voice is really sore now, so or my throat is sore rather. My voice can't be sore because my voice is sort of sort of vibrations in the air caused by sound passed through my lips. It's not actually something that can be harmed as such.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Aye. So, this has been Chris and Glenn's Journey to Hell. I've been Glenn Smith.
And I have been Charles Manson.
And that took you a while to...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you proceeded to call yourself a Charles Manson. You're the second in command.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh,
I never actually
God.
thought about that actually.
You know what? Actually, you know what it makes me think. I think we should do actually. Fucking, you know when you go to carnivals and they have like the love boat, like the tunnel of love.
Oh yeah.
I think we should have like a Charles Manson themed tunnel of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just yeah, and I'm not even going to explain that. I'm not even going to explain why why that's funny in any way. I'm just going to leave you with that thought of a young couple.
You just have Charles Manson man the thing.
Yeah,
you know? So
yeah, just having man the thing, and
it's him like dressed in like an old captain's outfit, like the hat with like the actor on it, and he goes, "Welcome, lovebirds," and then it's like pushes on like the switch that causes like waves to come in. Kiss each other now.
kiss each other now.
Sometimes you'll
Bring up the love demons.
You just sometimes just jump down from his podium onto the lucky lovers and just kill them. You know, just eats their heart or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does, but
You know, he takes out their hearts and just kind of stitches them together. It's like, now you'll be together till the end of time. And then and then he fucks it. He fucks it. That's what he does.
Polyamorous relationship. And I'm gonna fuck you.
The ultimate act of love.
It's an open relationship now.
A chest open relationship. Oh God. Oh God. We'll leave you with that image. Okay, so
Charles Manson fucking a loving couple's heart.
yeah, stitched together hearts. Don't try this at home, kids.
Well, John Wayne Gacy.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.